There it goes.
I didn't know what was going on there. I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. Welcome into the live stream here from McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. That's Tyler.
What it is, sir?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. It's Monday, December the 16th. Hope everyone's having a good start to your week. I would think for a lot of people, this is probably a short week.
Yes.
I mean, I think my wife's working 3 days, and then she's off for a while. Not sure I'm going to be able to pull that off, but I'm going to shoot for something along those lines.
Yeah, it's weird. I've been taking care of our guys at Quick U. We're doing like a hybrid deal this week, and so almost shifting a little bit, give them a little hybrid time. So it's good.
Yeah.
Did I tell you before we get started? I tell you we were shadow banned by Tik Tok.
No, why?
So who'd
you make fun of?
We were talking about eating the dogs.
Oh,
Shadow
they're
ban.
really sensitive, aren't they?
Yeah, so we did on that video.
Is it with the political thing, or do they think you were abusing animals?
There's no telling, right? But
because it's a bot that does it. But you would think they'd be able to go, hey, people are making jokes about this political thing that happened in the campaign.
We'll do like on the worst videos we ever do, we'll get 25,000 views. Normal this time of year is about between 50 and 100. We'll have the occasional 2 to 3, 400. 1,600 views on eating the dogs. 1,600. It didn't make the For You page. 1,600.
Now
views.
you've said it 3 times already in the first minute.
Oh yeah, we only got. Look, we're being shadow banned right now. We only have.
You're gonna have
6 people.
Yeah, you need to stop.
We have thousands.
You should stop that stream and start another.
All right, we'll start. So if you're on TikTok, we'll start it and start back
and then
up.
Don't.
And I won't say anything about the dogs.
Don't talk about dogs
or the cats.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, that's great. Isn't that funny though?
It's so sensitive. Big babies.
And it's crazy. So like earlier on the live today, like I do a live while I'm prepping for the show, you know?
Yeah.
There were 9,000 people in there. We had 4.
Yeah. That's beyond a shadow ban. That's they're actively discouraging.
All right, we're back.
You back? All right.
We'll move on.
All right, we'll get rolling here. Get started with episode 246. AJ McCarron's going to join us briefly, so we'll get to you here momentarily. Here we go. Welcome into episode 246 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready. That's Tyler Siskey here on this Monday, December the 16th. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. If you're traveling out there, like I know a lot of people are, hope you're being safe. Be careful. Take your time. Those extra 5 minutes aren't going to matter that much.
Nope.
Put the phone away. Don't text and drive. Just drive. Just focus on the road. People are on the roads that we care about.
This is true. This is accurate.
Be smart.
This is true.
We're brought to you by Rain Total Body Fuel, 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, 0 sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. So check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more.
Neal, the Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping. It's going to be bumping today. It is not just Cooper Chevrolet. It's Cooper Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Hyundai as of last week, and Hyundai as of last week. They have huge discounts on the Silverado during Chevy's Red Tag Sale. Over $14,000 off the Chevy Silverado 1500 crew cabs. No payments for up to 120 days. Or you can get Silverado and the HD cab and take up to $8,600 off and get 3.9% APR for 60 months. They have over 100 brand new Chevy Silverados. They're at Cooper Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Hyundai. Make sure you give them a call, area code 256-236-4481. That's area code 256-236-4481. Scoops were also brought to you by our good friends at PTG Outdoors. They are a Camus boat stick. They have both fresh and saltwater boats. They sell and service Mercury outboards. They do custom marine electronics installations with Garmin, Humminbird, and Lowrance products. You can get all of your fishing needs and custom golf cart retrofits where they replace all of the batteries with a single lithium battery. Located right there in Grenada, Mississippi. Go to the online store at ptgoutdoors.com. And hey, It's Christmas season. Go to that online store. Get your favorite outdoors person something from PTG Outdoors. AJ, the man, the myth, the legend, McCarron. How we doing, sir?
Good. Doing good.
Doing good. Great weekend. I mean, are we excited? I mean, we got playoff football this weekend. We had the NFL all weekend. We got 2 Monday night games tonight. Are we juiced or what? Are we ready to go? How we doing? How we feeling?
I mean, yeah, football is football. I had a good weekend. Played in a golf tournament at the Peninsula. Actually, ran into a bunch of people playing in the tournament that Ole Miss fans, like Alabama fans, talked about. Love listening to the podcast. Some workers at the Peninsula, so it was pretty cool. It was talking about how much they love our podcast and listening to us and everything. It was pretty awesome.
Sounds exciting. Sounds exciting.
Yeah.
All right. So I did have a question for you. I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you something and see if you're okay with talking about this while we're moving on to the first topic. Because I got a very popular question. I just texted to you the topic. Can we bring that up? It's been very popular. Yeah. We can bring that up.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. So on TikTok Live, so in case you haven't, we had to start the show with this one. AJ, so people that don't know, AJ had a meeting, didn't know if it was going to be done in time, so he was going to come tomorrow. And he texted me literally like 30 minutes ago, said he was good to go. So this was going to be the first one tomorrow. So after our show Monday, at some point in time, there is a guy on TikTok, Scoops. Scoops probably didn't see it. Scoops is not a.
He's a nice guy. I'll give him that. I don't want to bash him.
AJ was.
I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok, so I don't know.
So this guy like almost 200,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, good for him.
And he's a pool repair guy. Okay. And, he does these videos about, cleaning pools, whatever he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Well, he puts out a video. Matter of fact, I will tell you exactly when it was. It was when we left the show on Monday, because when I got out of here, I was checking like the numbers or something on TikTok. So I was in the driveway and somebody had tagged us a bunch in this video, and I click on it and it said in big ass bold letters, AJ McCarron's pool. And he has this whole video about repairing AJ's pool. I guess he had a pool leak or something. I don't know what it was. So, AJ, I'll let AJ take it over here. AJ was not very happy about his name being identified on his house. When I sent you the video, what were you thinking there? What was going through the old skull?
Well, I was trying to figure out what video it was, and then because I don't have TikTok, and then so what happened was, and listen,
what happened was,
but the guy came over to fix a leak. We bought this property. I bought 100 acres probably 5 years ago, and there was a house on it that was built in like 64. Well, then the Grady's that owned Grady BMW, Buick, and all that here in Mobile forever, owned all this land back in the day, and the family that bought it from them put a pool in I don't know, maybe late 80s, early 90s. And it's a gunite pool. Well, I bought this land. Listen, Siskey knows the way I am. Like, if there's one person that's going to make sure I ain't going back broke like I grew up, it's me. And so I was already spending enough money on this land, more than I ever wanted. Then we paid for the house, and that was way up there in price, only to tear the sumbitch down and bulldoze it. So
Mobile way, though. You spent too much time in Spring Hill. That's a Spring Hill thing. That's the only place in America that does that, by the way. I don't know what
I had to.
Other places. Oxford does that?
Oh, yeah.
Oxford does that?
Oh, yeah. They buy those houses like near the square and stuff and basically just sort of rip them apart.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Like Spring Hill.
They don't bulldoze them, but they basically start all over.
You can't drive from UMS to St. Paul's without seeing 5 houses that have been completely bulldozed and completely reconstructed.
Yeah. So it was a big ass house. I mean, it was a 5, 6, 7,000 square foot house, maybe slightly bigger, but it was old. And for renovations, it costs a certain amount. This one is when I knew I was in the wrong business. And they were like, renovation's going to cost this much, or you can just bulldoze the whole thing down and it's going to cost this much. And I didn't like either price tag. But I figured, hell, if I got to do it, because we done tore the house down now, might as well, build what we want. And the pool came with it. And listen, we spent enough time playing sports. My mom has a pool. My dad has a pool. Our kids, we have a condo in Orange Beach. Like, we go everywhere. Our pool hardly gets used. So I'm like, I ain't fucking redoing the pool. Excuse my language. But we got a basketball court. Huh?
$50.
Yeah, $50. But we got a basketball court, a barn with batting cages in it for the boys. And then I have a football field behind that under lights. But yeah, the comments, this guy just tagged me and I just told him, I'm like, he was super nice. He apologized. He didn't realize, hey, when you tag my name in it, it's going to probably blow up, especially. And then there were just people going off like, he's got a shitty pool. AJ's going broke and all kind of things, according to what Catherine was saying. And I was like, listen, those people are commenting from the basement of their mom's home. I could care less. Like, why are you so worried? She's like, because I'm pissed off. And so the guy took it down. He was nice about it, but I just told him I didn't want my name blasted.
He should have just taken a picture of your mailbox with the address on it.
Now that you tell me this story, I remember. So Laura gets up every morning at 5:45 because she likes to get up and have coffee and just sit by herself for a little while. Get her day started. And so I hit about 500 on going back to sleep.
Okay.
Depends on whether my brain is like what's going on.
Depends on what you got going on.
And I got up that was one morning last week. I don't know. It must have been early in the week. I got up because I couldn't sleep and it's like 6 o'clock. And she's like, why are you up? And I just look at her. And and I'm, what are you, she was playing something. And I said, what are you looking at? And she said, AJ McCarron's pool. But I was not awake enough yet to go, what? And I just went, oh, okay, cool. Whatever.
It's not anything special. So now the house is nice, but the pool, I could give two shits about it. I'm on the verge of filling that sumbitch in. So
it's gonna be home plate.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm like, I grew up on the Parkway. We had one pool for the whole community. Like, we don't need a pool. We got plenty of them.
I was laughing when the guy said, yeah, he said something about this needs to be dug out or something. I was like, oh, he's got this guy. He doesn't know AJ. AJ ain't digging shit out. AJ's filling shit in, but he ain't digging shit out.
Well, one thing at Mobile, though, you could literally use a pool in Mobile for 9 months.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. I mean, it only gets the water only gets cold for about 3 months, right?
Dude, Mobile ruined me. This is just me. The entire time I lived in Mobile for 7 years total, I think I've worn a jacket 15 times. Like, I wear a hoodie or something, but you know, it gets now you get soft to it too. You'll go somewhere. I will never forget this. AJ knows this. I've told him when I took the job at the wide receivers job at Arkansas State. I left. We had our team meeting. We had a team meeting up. AJ already knew, but we had a team meeting for everybody. And it was like, I don't know, it was like 71 degrees that February day in Mobile. I got on a plane that night in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and it was 21 degrees, and the wind was blowing like 30 miles an hour, it felt like. I thought I was going to die of hypothermia. I was like, I almost got back on the plane. I was like, this is freaking crazy. I couldn't do the cold weather. And then you get used to the cold weather, and then you would go recruiting, and you get used to, the cold weather, and then you go to, like, recruiting in, like, Miami or somewhere like that, and the kids are in, like, it's 65 degrees, and they're in, like, heavy jackets, and you're out here in short sleeves, and just, I mean, it's the temperature difference is real. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's the only thing I really never really got used to it to where I liked was in Mobile, just the perpetual heat.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
I like a little cool weather.
All right, let's get started. We'll rock and roll here. So we'll start with just some portal news. And
can I open with one thing?
Absolutely.
There's a thread on my board at rebelgrove.com. It's about somebody's accusing somebody of tampering. The answer to tampering is yes. Everyone's tampering.
Yes.
Your school tampers, and your school is tampered with. Your roster is being tampered with, and you are tampering with other rosters.
You know what else is going on?
I literally write about the tampering portal. I don't even say, ha. I just write about the tampering portal. The tampering portal is year-round. Then you get in most of the guys that get in. So there's two types of people that get in the transfer portal. The people that already kind of know where they're going, and the idiots. That's it. So you got the people that get in the portal because they're stupid and find out quickly that, oh my God, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And they either go scrambling back or they're just screwed. That's the end of their career. They're never to be heard from again. Or you get the people that immediately go on 4 visits. Okay, the 4 visits didn't get lined up in the 10 minutes they've been in the portal.
Yeah, no,
that's been done, and everybody kind of understands it.
You got a new kind of tampering occurring now. You got actual, I don't know, is this called, what is it? Is it called tampering when a coach or staff member at the school that the person is at is helping them get a place before they go in the portal?
No,
reverse tampering.
That's just part of it now. Just
that's happening a lot too.
That's reverse tampering.
Reverse tampering.
That's we want to.
Can we put a new name on that?
Well,
that's happening a lot. Can we put a name on that one? You came up with tampering,
but it's the processing portal.
The processing portal.
That's look, we need to get rid of you, but you haven't done anything to justify us getting rid of you. Yeah, you're not good enough, but that's not a good reason for us to get rid of you because you maybe go to a school that we need to recruit or we don't want that reputation because that can damage you. So how about you let us help you find some places? We'll line up some stuff. Then once it's lined up and you feel confident about it because you're a good kid and we like your mama and everything, once we get confident about it and you're good about it, jump in the portal, transfer to Murray State or Middle Tennessee or whatever, and off you go and you get to announce it on social media that, hey, I prayed about this a long time and everybody's been a really difficult decision and I love this place. I'm always gonna be a fill in the blank, but and then you go.
I deal with a lot of the reverse portal tampering system a lot as of like an hour ago.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
great. Hey, and they don't want to get it. They actually the particular one I'm thinking about, they don't want to get rid of the guy. They're just like, they know that he's not going to play.
I'm not making fun of prayer. Yeah. I'm not making fun of prayer here. I always envision, hey, I gave this a lot of prayer. And what happened? Did God say, be a Jayhawk? Go to Colorado. No, come on. You kind of knew, right?
Everybody's post says that too. Like,
I
had a lot of prayer about this.
Transfer to Michigan State.
They have gotten a lot better. The post, you don't see as many praying hands as you used to.
No.
All right. But you still
see it a lot.
All right, I don't remember who it was. Y'all forgive me. I think the guy's from Temple. If my CTE hasn't.
God's like, I've got all these drones to deal with. I go play where you want to play. All right.
It said like blessed to be. It said, I think it was a linebacker at Temple, said blessed to be, like praying hands, blessed to be the top ranked linebacker in the portal. And I came really close.
Who's coming up with that ranking?
I just came really close.
247.
I came really close to like quote tweeting it, but I didn't have the heart. You know what I mean? I was like, I was busy. I've been busy. I've had other shit to deal with. I've been crazy. I also appreciate the super chat. It says, I saw a stat the other day where only 31% of the players who transferred last year actually played a down at the school they transferred to. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that. I don't know. But, I mean, nothing would surprise me.
Well, hell, it's a crazy percentage of them that don't even transfer to the same level. They hit the transfer portal thinking they're going to go to a bigger school, and they end up having to go down. It was something – I've seen an article on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules and things that have messed with the data a little bit. Like, so when the portal first came out, okay, let me go – when the immediate eligibility first came out, it was about 1/3 of all people that went in the portal, stayed in the portal, didn't have anywhere to go. Okay, that used to be the stat. Well, now this year you got the 105 rule being incorporated, that they're going to have to get the roster down to 105. And so some people that go – it's going to be – so the numbers, the data is going to be and then you got rev share and all that stuff. Starting with rev share, Drew Allar is staying put in State College. And then immediately Bo Perbula, the backup quarterback. Now, he plays a ton, okay? He plays a good bit. He's kind of the guy they put in for running situations, and they won't take hits off Drew. He actually plays a good bit.
Where was Drew going to go?
Pro was probably the
football.
Pro football.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. That was because he was, again, guys. I get it. Well, that's why he's staying. That's where we're getting to next.
I have also decided not to declare for the NFL team.
Right. So, yesterday he comes out
You can tweet it, AJ, if you want. You can just say sources told
sources per sources.
Per sources.
But Bo, there was a big deal. It's like he releases this thing that says, the system that he doesn't want to go in the portal, and the way the system is broken, he has to go in the portal to find a home and all that stuff. And then, of course, you have it. It's like everybody now, because he's a bigger name, and he was going to play on Friday night. I mean, he plays, 15 snaps a game, maybe 15. I don't even know the official numbers, but he plays a decent bit at quarterback for Penn State. And everybody jumps on this thing, and I'm like, okay, yes, I agree. We've been talking about it for 2 years. The system is broken. I'm with you. But at the same time, let's don't jump to conclusions here. The portal is open 5 days after your last game, and you don't have to transfer somewhere by then. You just have to have your name entered. And so if they lose to SMU on Saturday, I don't remember if that's a Friday night game or a Saturday game, whatever it is, but he can go in. He's got a whole week to go in, right? Yep. So yes and no, the system's broken. But going back to what we've discussed.
So he's not available to them now?
He is not. He's out. He's gone. He's not playing.
But why?
My point is that they're trying to do everything by the book. Now, if you read it by the book, but like everyone else is being tampered with. He could have everything set up and then just go in the portal 5 days, the first 5 days afterwards.
Is he gonna visit Christmas week?
That's my point. I'm with you. You have no argument for me.
I know. I'm not arguing. I'm just confused.
Me too.
Like you went the whole year. Your team makes the playoff. You're about to play a playoff game on Saturday because the Notre Dame-Indiana game's the Friday game. You're about to play a playoff game on Saturday. If you win, you're going to get to go to one of the big national quarterfinal bowl game things like the Rose or the Orange or the whatever.
Yeah.
So you go through all of that, and then you basically quit.
They're saying he quit. Like, he is his position. And look, there's people, national media people jumping on this like, oh, the system's broken. Well, no shit. Matter of fact, somebody in the coaching world sent that to me and sent me what somebody said about it. And my literal quote was, well, no shit. Like,
yeah, but I mean, like,
it's broken, but it's not broken.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to be the guy that advocates for the current system because I think it's silly. I'm on record as saying that. But I mean, Kenny Dillingham has guys that are in the portal that are still going to play for Arizona State on January 1st or New Year's Eve or whatever. Right. And then they're going to leave. They've already found, some of them have already kind of reportedly found places to go, including one who I think is going to Clemson, or a Clemson kid's going to Arizona State. So it's conceivable that a kid, I don't know, I haven't studied the bracket, forgive me. Arizona State and Clemson they're both in the playoff. I mean,
Texas.
Yeah, the winner of Texas and Clemson plays Arizona State.
Okay, so Clemson and Arizona State could technically meet in a playoff game, and a dude it's one way or the other. Is
going to Texas.
Going to Clemson.
He'd be off the team by that point.
Yeah.
He ain't going through a week of preparation leading up to that game and knowing he's going to that school. Brother, go ahead and pack your shit up and let's go.
Yeah, you have to get out.
I think that's it would have to be that team, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you, but I think there's 133 teams, right?
So is this just James Franklin going, if you're in the portal, you're either with us or you're against us?
No, I don't think that. I think James Franklin kind of I think he notified the kid that, because obviously Drew Allar announced he was coming back today. So he had a conversation. Drew Allar didn't just wake up this morning and decide he was coming back, right? I'm going to share some information in a minute, like some cryptic, but some information. Penn State was in the market for a quarterback.
Okay.
All right. A big market.
So did Penn State tell this kid, hey, you ought to?
Because they thought Drew Allar was going.
Did they say you ought to bolt?
Yeah, when Drew Allar came back, they said, hey, if you want to go somewhere, I think they're supportive. The kid's done a great job. I think he's,
I get it.
And they want what's best for the kid.
If Allar suffers a bad sprained ankle,
they're in trouble. If he gets hurt in practice or in a game, they have no one to go to.
Well, he's been hurt in multiple games, though.
Yes, I agree. No, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. Is like, for me, I don't understand there's other ways with the tampering and all that stuff. Trust me.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
Okay. I heard Carson Beck's coming back.
That I would, my sources say that he is not.
If I was him, I would.
Agree. And I have said
his draft stock had to plummet. He's played like shit this year.
I have said so to my source. My source says that he would be going, but my if I was advising him, my advice would be to come back.
Is he going to be well enough to play in the?
No, he's done.
No, I mean to do like pro day and all that stuff in March.
Probably not.
I'd heard that he was thinking about hitting the portal. Is what returning back to college, but hitting the portal.
No, I got another one for you though. Not him. Not per my sources.
I know you're desperate. Okay,
I bet you're leading the mill row.
I know you're wanting to do this thing here. I think we can skip it. I think we'll touch on some of it. What's Ewers doing? People are. I mean,
so Quinn. First of all, he doesn't know what he's going to do. Okay, I can tell you this. I know that he has been offered ridiculous amounts of money to come back. I don't think he knows. I don't think he's going to do anything after the season. Period. In a discussion. I don't know if he's going to go, stay, do whatever he wants to do. He's not approaching it. I think he's. I don't think. I know he's been offered a shit ton of money.
If I say Quinn Ewers will not be the quarterback at University of Texas next year, would that be a statement you would tend to agree with?
Yeah, because I think he'll either go to the NFL or go somewhere else.
Right.
I
mean, the numbers that kid could get, if the numbers that are out there about like Jackson Arnold.
Okay, I know I feel confident. I know what he ended up getting.
The Castellanos kid.
I don't know his.
Okay, if those numbers are even close to accurate, I have no reason not to say numbers. If those numbers are even close to accurate, Quinn Ewers could get for one season at a team that believes they can compete for a title. That'd be the only reason to do it. Somewhere north of $6 million.
Yeah, it is about 4 north of $6 million.
That's insanity. I mean, good for him. Good for him.
AJ, you are 10 years too old, sir. You're 10 years too old.
All right, so let me ask this. So a first round draft choice quarterback, NFL gets what his rookie year?
Say that one more time.
Well, it's slotted.
It's
slotted off of what pick you are.
Last year, the first pick in the draft was Caleb Williams.
Okay.
He got a 4-year, fully guaranteed contract for $39 million. Now, it's not all in one time. That signing bonus, that's contract. That's over the 4 years. So per value AA, what's it called? AA what? AAV. Basically
average annual value.
9.8.
And your signing bonus isn't paid up front. You only get a small portion of your signing bonus. You get halfway through the season, and then you get after the season is how they pay your signing bonus. So they get to earn interest on it, and it doesn't come out as at one time.
So if you're the 15th pick in the draft, it's probably $6 million a year, $5-6 million a year.
Right, probably 6 AAV.
Okay.
Yeah, it's slotted. All payments are slotted. So it's you really the only thing you negotiate now is based on guaranteed money. So your first pick's going to get this amount, and it goes up every year. But your first pick's going to get this amount, second pick, but you have to work in because in the past when they changed it, CBA changed it years ago. There was somebody that refused to go the first pick overall, but said, hey, or worked out a contract that said, I'll go first overall, but you have to give me this amount. And so the guy that went second, he basically worked in a deal to go first. The guy that went second was supposed to be picked first, and then he wanted guaranteed money, which he wasn't guaranteed. Like it's a shit show when it comes to working in the guaranteed money and all that.
All right, so the first pick in the draft last year was Caleb Williams. This is total over the course of the contract. He got 4 years, $39.4 million. Okay, the last pick in the first round was Xavier Legette. He got 4 years, $12.3 million.
Okay.
All right. What you said, middle of the draft, so that'd be 16.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure.
16 was Byron Murphy at Seattle. He got 4 years, $16 million.
Okay.
So I mean, basically,
it's a huge drop off.
It's a huge drop off. First pick of the second round, Keon Coleman got 4 years, $10 million.
Okay.
10.7 or 10 million even. I'm sorry. And the last pick of the second round, 4 years, $6 million. So at the end of the day, every single quarterback that I know, okay. Every single quarterback that I know, that I think the cheapest that a quarterback that I know has gone from that's up there. The cheapest I know is 1.3.
Is that Arnold?
No, he got more than that.
Oh God! What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. If you need to go throw up real quick, you can.
Hey, AJ,
it's good.
AJ, you're 10 years too old, dog.
Brother.
No, in all seriousness, can you imagine? I mean, not to God, AJ. I'm sorry to do this.
You're 10 years too old.
Man, it makes me sick.
Think of what AJ McCarron, after winning a national title at Alabama, could have gone and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about exploring the portal," and Bama would have said, "Here's a blank check. You can't."
Well,
and before his senior year, I mean, holy shit.
Yeah. We were discussing, by the way, I got the one that I was referring to the other day on the show with a 2-year, $8 million deal. It was confirmed by another head coach over the weekend. So I feel pretty confident that number is accurate.
Yeah. And that one's kind of out a little bit. People are starting to talk about it. I mean, the number on Arnold that's out there publicly, I'll just screw it. I don't know why we dance around this, so I'm not going to. The number that's out there around Jackson Arnold is 2.523 for a year.
Sure.
What?
That is the number that is out there. So, I mean, and that number got put out there, and somebody posted something about McCready said this, and he's an idiot. And one of the Auburn writers was like, "Nah, he's pretty close." And so I'm like, cool. I mean,
Neal, you're really close.
Yeah, I mean.
What? This is a serious thing. What did Hugh Freeze see watching Oklahoma tape that made him say?
Oh, I'll answer your question.
He's gonna because and this is not to bash Jackson Arnold. I think he's a great athlete. I think he's underestimated as an athlete. To play the quarterback position, the last time I checked, you got to be able to throw the damn football. I didn't see that all year. Like, when did he ever throw it and win?
What this is Hugh Freeze needs to win to save his job, and this is the market, and they've got to get better at quarterback, and he's probably right now the best they can get.
All right, so
let's go offer it. Listen, and Auburn's got money. All right, I know enough people. Like, go pry Quinn Ewers. Like, tamper that way. I would risk tampering.
I think Notre Dame's ahead of them on Ewers. I think Notre Dame's ahead of them on Ewers, and when I say ahead of them,
I'm just saying,
I mean way ahead.
Auburn should be able to pull enough money and say, "Listen,
they got in the tampering portal." I mean, it's not a criticism of Hugh. You're an idiot if you're not in the tampering portal. Auburn tampered with quarterbacks. That this is what they could get. I mean, and that's the market for him. I mean, had he said no, I mean, there's a reason he didn't take it right away. I mean, there were other schools involved.
Dude, that makes me
you
want to
can dance around this stuff. I don't have to.
I'm trying to figure out.
I don't even care.
I'm trying to figure out what Walt's step I'm going to do around this one.
I mean, he could have gone to Mississippi State. They had a pretty significant offer on the table, but it wasn't anywhere close to that.
All right, here's I can say this. And this was kind of the next thing we're going to talk about anyway, but it's not even a change of subject. It's on the subject. There are schools that need quarterbacks, obviously.
Someone says, why not Malik Murphy? I saw something about Malik Murphy today. He's visiting.
Yeah. Look, I'm different.
A couple of SEC
AJ,
schools.
I know you got your opinion. I like Jackson Arnold. I like Jackson Arnold for that offense. I think he's going to be good in that offense. That's my opinion. I like Jackson Arnold. I think he was a product.
Listen, if you had, and you say that, but if you had to coach him, you would be pissed off watching him throw. Listen, I'm sorry. Like,
you know me.
He might be a great kid.
But before I take anybody, if I was coaching the motherfucker, before I take him, I'm going to work him out one, so I'm going to know what he can and can't do. All right, and then I'm going to sit down with him, and you know me by now. Obviously, you know me very well.
Malik Murphy's at Kentucky today.
I gotta have some shit in the neck. I gotta have somebody that can make the other 10 guys better and can run the offense. And to me, again, Peyton Thorne sure is a great guy. The thing with me with Peyton Thorne is he wasn't making the right decisions in the fucking running game.
Malik Murphy has committed to Kentucky today.
Okay.
Kentucky was one of the teams, by the way. I'm just jumping around today because this is fascinating to me.
That's what we're doing today.
Kentucky was one of the teams that everybody was criticizing over the weekend. Like, they're losing everybody. Everyone's leaving Kentucky.
People need to pump the brakes on that shit.
I'm like, hey, I've said that this morning on a handful of schools, and I'm not even going there with some of them because it's not worth it.
I can tell you one they need to pump the brakes on quick.
But I'm going to take Kentucky's
down
one.
south about an hour.
Kentucky's one. Kentucky went, look, we just went 4-8. We went 1-7 in the league. We have guys jumping in the portal. They're asking for money, and we're like, no, you know what? We have this money. They're going to spend. Kentucky is going to spend the rev share amount, whatever that is, and maybe a little on top of that. Maybe not. I don't know. But they're going to go 100% on rev share. So they're letting guys leave, and when they leave, their salary leaves with them. I mean, their salary stays. They have that money, and so now they're going into the portal. And today they went. They've got a couple of tackles. They got a kid from Arkansas, and they got a kid from I don't remember. Screw it. It's too many kids in the portal for me to keep up with. And now they got Malik Murphy out of Duke, who had offers, plural. I promise you, Malik Murphy just made 7 figures, guaranteed.
Oh, coach,
probably pushing somewhere north of 2.
You talking about
promise Malik Murphy, and he's a good quarterback now, a good quarterback, but
that's easy.
I
don't know them. First of all, I don't know the number,
but I promise you.
But I guarantee you, I'm with you. I guarantee you, he got north of 1.5.
Yeah, if you made me guess and said, "Give me a number," if over under 1.85, I'd go over.
All right, so going back, here's the thing.
Siskey, I can't pass this up. This guy on here said AJ thrived in the system. Also had elite receiver and O-line talent. I'd like to see who he listed as elite receivers.
But
not knocking my guys, but elite receivers.
My point is, you were a proven college quarterback. You would have been able to almost name your price. I don't care how good the receivers were or weren't. I'm totally serious.
No, I'm laughing at. I know what's going through AJ's mind right now.
I mean, LSU Barry.
System quarterback. Neal, we got some people in here. Plainsman. I'd want to know how many downs has Plainsman played.
Hey, username fits. He's
Yeah.
Come on, you know you're gonna get shit.
Oh yeah.
Like Barry and Brown.
Yeah,
fast.
Mm-hmm.
Made some plays at Kentucky, but for the most part was a disappointment. Got big money at LSU.
All right, so he goes back to the AAV thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing is receivers especially, okay?
Right.
And I'm going back to I was talking about
this
AAV
is
for a reason,
NFL
right?
model. Right.
NFL model.
Yep.
I'm talking about AAV for a reason, right? If you're not I'm talking about top 15, 16 pick in the NFL draft, receivers are getting more money to play college football.
Everybody is.
But no, I'm saying like for a receiver, it's really easy because at least they'll go crazy on quarterbacks, and you can make an argument. Like we can talk about Quinn Ewers, and we can talk about all these quarterbacks. NFL, when it comes to quarterbacks, is a weird fucking deal, man. They will all of a sudden it's a quarterback league. Everybody needs a quarterback. All of a sudden, they overvalue the position in the NFL, and then you can argue with me there, and I can't argue back because I'm like, oh, this guy, like, perfect example. I think there's one quarterback going into the draft that I think I would take a chance on if I was had a top 10 pick. One. Okay, that's not, but guarantee you there's going to be more than that because it's how the league works, right? For me, receiver like Barry and Brown. So Barry and Brown, regardless of what he does at LSU or where he does anything, he goes, wait a minute, I got Nussmeier coming back. The guy can blow the freaking, like he's fast. Okay, he's going to put up better numbers, and he's going to be a combine guy. The guy's going to increase himself 3 rounds minimum off of play when he goes and tests, right? And I love him to death, but Kevin Norwood. I love Kevin Norwood. Kevin Norwood actually teaches as a professor here at Ole Miss. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Is that right?
He is. He is a professor at Ole Miss. And love Kevin Norwood. Kevin Norwood was as solid as the day is long, but Kevin Norwood he was a 4.6 guy, okay? That's what he was all day long. Well, between the last game, and he's a big dude. Like, people don't realize how big he is. He's a 205, 210-pound receiver, 6'2", 6'2", 210, right? And he's a 4.6 guy all day long. Well, he goes in the draft and gets trained, and he trains his 40 down like 3/10. So he pops like a 4.3 something, low 4.4 at the combine. His draft stock went from being like a late 6th round guy to being a 3rd round guy, because of what he did to combine. Barry and Brown do the same thing. All right, so going back to a point I wanted to bring up, and I want to let the fans know this. Scoops is going to be really excited to hear this. Here's the thing with the portal. Is Auburn was in this situation, they have to have a quarterback. I can tell you this with 100% certainty. There are quarterbacks that are going to go in the portal, that are named guys that are going to stay and they're going to go in the portal, that are in the playoffs, and that are in the playoffs, and that are in bowl games. There are guys that are going to stick around. They're being tampered with. And so you're in this situation to where you're in this tampering portal and you think you got a deal done with a guy like Drew Allar, right? Hey, we're going to get this guy. And all of a sudden he decides to stick and go. Auburn was in a situation where it's a bird in the hand better than two in the bush. Okay. And so they had to take the best guy available. I'm going to tell you now, if you want to look at those quarterback rankings, I bet they change here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's going to be some guys go in the portal that people know about and they're going to go, oh shit, he's available. Now they're not going to go in and like shop around. They're going to know where they're going, but deals are being done with guys that are actually in the playoffs, and then deals are being done with guys that are in bowl games that are playing in their games, particularly bowl games. Because, and I'm going to die laughing. There was a guy on the live earlier asked me, does all the Ole Miss players playing in the bowl game, does that tell you, is that a sign of how good the culture is? And I started laughing. I said, no, it's a sign of how good the collective is.
Yeah.
It's a sign of how good the collective contracts are.
It's a sign that they were ahead of the curve with backloading a lot of the contracts.
They did a great job
to incentivize guys.
Great job. And so hats off to Walker Jones and the Grove Collective.
Because they absolutely had people that came in and were like, hey, I'm thinking about opting out.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you can, but understand that when you opt out, you're leaving this on the table. And at that point, they're like, you know what? Maybe I won't opt out. Maybe Jacksonville's not so bad.
And so here's the thing, as I was joking with some friends of mine, I said there's two things. When you're betting on bowl games, not only do you need to know who's opting out and not playing, you should also check and see what situation they're in. The trainers are going to be really busy in the first half of these games. There's going to be a lot of tight hamstrings at the end of the first quarter. There's going to be a lot of tight hamstrings after the first drive.
Yep.
I would be almost really surprised. Now, I know some guys I think are going to play the whole thing, but there's going to be a hell of a lot of guys that are saying, oh, hey, I played in the game. Let me collect my check. That is going to happen, and it's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
There's going to be guys with tight hamstrings after the first
well,
drives.
and
it's going to get worse because it happens in the NFL. You're a 2-10 team going into the last couple games of the season. Oh shit! I got to dress out for this game so I get paid, and I'll feel better next week. And then it's going to happen again before the team finally says, "Hey, you're going on IR." They're going to get those last couple game checks. Like it's going to happen in college too.
Yeah,
I used to see it all the time in the pros.
Yeah. Bottom line of the story is this. To me, with the AAVs where they're at, and I'm going to say this, if you can improve, if you're a legitimate NFL prospect and you can improve your draft stock by playing more college football, you are a freaking idiot to come out in the draft with the way the money.
Yeah.
If you're a good player and you have the ability to improve your draft stock. Some of them don't have the ability. Okay. Some of it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've said this story before. I'll say it again. AJ Brown, when we had his conversation, like, what's he going to do? Catch more balls? Like, he could not improve his draft stock any more than it already was.
Right.
He needs to go.
Yeah. Like the knock on you is, hey, you're not fast. Well, you're probably not going to get faster.
Right.
So go ahead and get your money.
But if you look at somebody like DK Metcalf, if this stuff was around when DK was coming out, we could have easily got DK to come back. Because DK would have been a top 15 pick if he had come back.
You know what that is, Tyler? That's life advice.
Let's go.
And it's presented by Cole Walters of State Farm Insurance. Cole is licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, and pet insurance for the whole state of Georgia. Contact Cole at 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at colewaltersinsurance.com. And I don't know what Cole's got planned for today, but I would suggest, Cole, I'm going to give you some life advice. Go to Wendy's. You've had Wendy's nugs dipped in sauce. Have you had them covered in sauce? Wendy's new saucy nugs take the crispy and spicy nugs you love and turn them up to 11. Almost like how many millions of dollars Quinn Ewers can get if he'll just transfer to Notre Dame. 11 million. Choose between flavors like buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, or if you're a real heat seeker, try spicy ghost pepper. Only on Wendy's signature spicy nugs. I dare you. That's 7 delicious ways to try the nugs you already love. So pick a flavor, grab some extra napkins, and prepare to nug like you've never nugged before for a whole new way to nug. It's got to be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's. And speaking of Quinn Ewers, he can take some of that money and he can go to Prize Picks. It's the best place to get real money sports
No, he don't
action.
need to do that.
Good. He could bet on something.
He'll lose it.
He could tell his friends. With more than 10 million members and billions of dollars In awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on about 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. You can run your game all season long on Prize Picks. It's the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Maybe he pulls a hammy early in the first quarter. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Sign up today, get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. You think Justin Jefferson's going to have a big week, more than 83.5 yards? You can bet on that. Lamar Jackson passing for more than 1.5 touchdowns? That too. You can cook up hot takes with your friends, win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. So download the app today and use code MPW to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app, use the code MPW to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
I got a quick question for Neal.
Hang on. Before you have a question, before you get your question out, do you know what would even be better than asking a question to Neal?
Oh, God, I can think of something.
To go by Kia Meridian.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Are you looking for an unbeatable deal, AJ? Kia Meridian has you covered with rates as low as 1.9% on new rides, whether it's the ever-popular Telluride, the Sorrento, the Sportage, or the K5. We've got something for everyone, plus a huge selection of new and used vehicles. And here's the best part, AJ. Before you get to ask the question to Neal, guess what you get to do?
Oh, can I guess?
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. And win awesome prices.
So excited. Just thinking about it this close to Christmas, spinning the wheel.
What are we doing?
I mean,
you can win a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more.
Oh
Don't wait, AJ. Go buy Kia Meridian today. Or call 601-483-6444. Kia Meridian. Your road, your ride, your deal.
Have you seen the wheel yet? Have you seen it?
I have not. I need to get Trav to send me a picture.
Tell Kia I appreciate that offer. I got a pull to fix first. But I got a question for Scoops.
All right.
And this is because I already know how you feel, Cisco. But it is Jackson Arnold that much better as a passer, or better at all than what Peyton Thorne was?
AJ McCarron, shame on you.
I'm talking about throwing the ball. I did not see it.
I'm just.
I did not see it.
You're AJ. I'm disappointed in you. You know when I get, I'm not mad. Not even mad. I'm disappointed in you. Not even mad at you. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I do think Arnold's a better quarterback than Thorne.
I'm talking about throwing. I'm not talking about running.
Yeah, I don't. I'm going to defer to you guys. I don't know. I mean, but I never watched Jackson Arnold throw the football and went, whoa, look out. Now, I thought he was competitive as hell. I thought he was a pretty good with his feet. He seemed to be a smart kid. I thought they threw him under the bus midway through the season, and he handled it really well. So that'll train him for playing for Hugh, because the bus is inevitable.
Y'all are so brutal.
Oh, it's true. Hugh Freeze is going to blame Peyton Thorne the very first – not Peyton. He'll blame him too. He'll blame Jackson Arnold the very first chance that he gets. The minute – hey, that's not the play I drew up. It's not the read. If he would have just read the read right, he would have scored a touchdown, and we would have beaten the Chiefs and won the Super Bowl. But he didn't, and we lost to New Mexico. So it's all Jackson's fault. And did you know what?
Listen, I'm just saying.
$1 million. Imagine what I could do. What we would do if I could have paid Bo Wallace $3 million.
I'm just saying we're paying a guy $3 million.
No, not that much.
$2.8 million.
Oh, Lord.
That was 16th in the SEC in passing. Peyton Thorne was 4th. No, 5th.
Don't be stat guy.
And we're paying a guy almost $3 million. That was 11 spots behind the son of a bitch.
Numbers don't always tell the story.
AJ, don't you know better? Hey, let me tell you what AJ's doing right now.
Listen, it makes me puke. I'm about to change my name. I'm hiring the same guy that Eli did for his gig, and I'm going out and I'm transferring, and I'm going to try out for one of these college teams.
EJ McCarron.
EJ McCarron.
Yeah.
From
gosh, damn.
From Spanish Fort, Alabama. EJ McCarron gonna shave. Hey, you know, if you'd shave, you might take a few years off right there.
Yeah.
I'm
from. Listen, I'm gonna be from Burnt Corn because they only have one traffic light, so the Wi-Fi there is already bad. Like, it's gonna be
EJ McCarron from Burnt Corn, Alabama.
Burnt Corn, I like that.
He'll say, "Well, no coaches came out here. We don't even have internet."
All right.
I tell you what I do. I sometimes just pick up this ball right here and I just throw it. I just come on out and throw it for you guys and see how you like it. Make those first few throws not kind of good, and then all of a sudden just cut one loose. And when they say, "How much do you want for NIL?" say, "Well, I heard that Arnold guy got 2.7 million, so I figured $11 million."
That'd be great. We can do that. If we had the makeup, I legit would do it. If we had the makeup, we could do it. You'd have to shave, though.
He can shave.
Dude.
I
have no problem finding a guy that's got fake IDs, passports. I mean, I'm all in if we can figure this shit out.
Hey, we probably down there in Mobile at the shipyard. We can probably find a guy or two.
Yeah,
half a case of Natty Light. We can get this shit worked out in a hurry.
Oh, we can get it done.
Hey, half a case of Natty Light will get a lot of shit done down in Mobile now. I'm just letting everybody know. A lot of shit's been paid for with half a case of Natty Light.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of people could handle 1 year in South Bend, Indiana for that price. I'm just going to tell you.
All right.
I mean, sign me up.
I couldn't help but bring this up and talk about it. So, speaking of the great portal, Braylon Russell, the running back at Arkansas. I was just going to give you a little time frame. What's going on with my guy Braylon Russell? So he's running back at Arkansas. So out of high school, he committed to Arkansas.
Hey, Braylon, what's up, man?
He decommitted from Arkansas.
Okay.
Then he committed to Tennessee. Then he decommitted from Tennessee.
Listen, hold on. Listen, I'm gonna put you on hold. I'm gonna pause for like 5 minutes. And when I come back, you can change your mind again.
Then he committed back
you got a cool
to
tweet?
Arkansas.
Yeah, you should tweet it for sure.
And then after being in Arkansas, he entered the portal.
Yeah.
Then he withdrew his name from the portal. And then he put his name back in the portal again.
Well, what you should say is something along the lines of you've got to do what's best for your family.
So life advice would be for any female that ever gets in touch with Braylon Russell. I imagine he's going to have some commitment issues.
He just changed it. Braylon's changing his mind
again.
Okay, and he's going to change it back. But
all right, so I do want to talk about this. This is a serious topic. Not being funny. The agent problem in the NCAA is really bad right now. I've run into some situations over the last week and a half that have just, I don't even know how people live with themselves kind of deal.
Well, I'll tell you how.
Well,
because they have no morality. I mean, some of these kids are getting.
I would say 80% of the agents aren't agents. Okay. And
well, they can't be.
There's no regulation. There's no certification in the NCAA. The NCAA has to address this right now. I know of two situations in particular. I'm not going to say the kid's name or whatever, okay? But I know of two situations in particular where a college player has signed with an agent, and part of that deal is like they signed with them because there was a lower percentage for their collective, but part of it was they're taking 50% of their NFL future earnings.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, and so some of them are being litigated. Some of them are in court over that, right?
I mean, and they'll ultimately win, but they're going to have to pay legal fees to win.
Legal fees and all that stuff.
And then it's just here's the other problem is it just shows you, number one, I mean, you've got kids.
Yep. 3 of them, 3-time world champ.
I mean, 20-year-old people, the 20-year-old male brain is just not all that formed yet.
Nope.
And if you're not surrounded by really smart, good people, you can get taken advantage. Like I hear people going,
bad, dude.
I hear people going, man, what an idiot. And I'm like, okay, I get it, but weren't you an idiot at 20? Because I damn sure was. I mean, I don't know how mature and truly smart and worldly you were at 20, AJ. Probably more than a lot of people because you had a lot of stuff on your plate. But I'm gonna bet that you did some stupid stuff at 20. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet that it was real easy to make dumb decisions at 20. Well, these kids are like 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. They've been at a place for 1 year. They've got all these people telling them, you're getting screwed, you're getting lied to, you should be making this. And then they tell them, if you'll just sign up with me, I've got you this, this, and this. And then the kid goes, hey, it sounds awesome. He tells his parents. Parents think he's been getting screwed because we're now, I'm not picking on the kids, I'm picking on the adults. I think the guy that Trailers, the one who said this the other day, he's exactly right. This is the adults.
Jeff Trailer.
Yeah, he's right. Jeff's right. Jeff's been on the show.
Yep.
Jeff's right. This is not the kid's fault. This is the parents' fault. This is a generation thing. These are kids who grew up playing on a 7-on-7 team. If they didn't like it, they went to a new 7-on-7 team. Hell, these are kids that went to multiple
high schools too.
Braylon Russell, for example. I'm not picking on Braylon Russell. He might be a wonderful kid. I don't know. I hope he is. I hope everything goes great. But like, he went to multiple high schools. I mean, these are people that this is jumping at the first sign of something better or greener pastures, or the moment you feel like somebody screwed you. Jumping is kind of second nature. And now you have these people around you that are encouraging you to do it. I mean,
here's some things
we're not far enough into it yet, in my opinion, to start getting the crash stories.
It's coming.
They're coming. There are kids leaving SEC programs. Like, look, I hope Braylon Russell, wherever he goes, I hope he lands on his feet, right? But he's leaving one environment for an unknown. And there's some Ohio State rumors, stuff like that. I'm sure he's going to do fine. He has good SEC film. He'll be fine. But wherever he goes, they're going to keep recruiting other players too. I mean, the adversity is going to keep coming. You're going to at some point have to stick through it a little bit.
Yeah. So here's some things I've heard. Like horror stories, I guess I've heard in the last couple of days or last week and a half, probably when I've been dealing with it as much, but it's that time of year. So we got agents that they're going to negotiate a deal, right? And they're telling the kids, hey, I'm going to charge you 5%. Okay, whatever it is. So
yeah, I've heard everything's 15 to 20% is what they're getting.
5 to 20, okay? 5 to 20. Let me explain why they're getting that number, and they're trying to justify it, okay? AJ knows this. I'm not telling him anything he doesn't know. So as an NFL or a professional athlete, you have a contract side and you have a marketing side. The average, and it's the same thing in coaching, the average pretty much standard is 3% on the contract side, okay? That's pretty much standard. Now, if you go dig into your contract, the marketing side of it can get up to 10, 15, 20%, right? 15 to 20. And usually for NFL guys, it's 15% is kind of the number, right? But you do have some that are between 13 and 20% on that side. They call NIL because it's supposed to be, it wasn't pay for play, right? It was supposed to be for, NIL supposed to be for name, image, and likeness, which is marketing. So that's how they're justifying these 20% marks, even though it's not marketing, it's contract work. Okay, but they're justifying it with this 20%. Okay, with all that being said, okay, it's between 5 and 20%. Some people are saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you a 5% deal." They will go to cut a deal with somebody for the kid, and it's like, "Hey, throw another $50,000 off the price, but that goes to me." And so they're trying to navigate that. Here's the other one that's happening a lot. Here's the one that's when you know they're getting bad advice, and this is really sad. I'll just say I was talking to an SEC school today. All right. They are in a battle with a California school over a kid. Okay. The California school has offered them X amount of like a couple $100,000 over what the SEC school has offered. With that being said, what they're not telling the kids is the agents are pushing the higher deal always, are going to push the higher deal money because they get more money. They're not doing what's in best interest of the kid. But what the kid doesn't realize is that, and this is the problem, the kid doesn't realize is those state taxes in California are real.
True.
They're real. And so for the actual kid, the player is taking home less money than he would at the SEC school, but the agent wants him to take the other deal because it's more money off the top for him because his LLC or his business is in Tennessee or Texas or Florida where state taxes don't exist.
Governor Newsom's working on these things. We're going to get it fixed.
And so you're sitting there and these agents are pushing deals in states that the actual player is going to make less money because of taxes, but he's going to get his over a situation that he would make more money in because the state taxes are less. And like just the not understanding the big picture because these kids, and you think, again, everybody's like, well, how does that happen? We're also talking about kids that are signing half their life, their future earnings away. They're not.
20-year-old kids don't.
They don't understand.
They don't. I mean, 20-year-old kids don't understand taxes. You didn't understand taxes at 20.
No.
You didn't understand taxes at 20.
But the advice they're getting, and they're getting taken advantage of.
Oh, big time.
Because I'm sure they don't get paid off of – it's not like the NFL where you pay taxes where you play.
It's where it's not.
It's where you're at, your school. So listen, trust me, I understand. I signed my deal with New York, and I told them, or with Buffalo, and I told them, I said, I want a check just out of the amount of money, the lot of money you're about to send me. I want a check that has my first $1 million, and I just want that check stub. Well, they send it, and out of that $1 million I got. It ended up being like 487 or 485 that went back to Buffalo. I'm like, what the hell? I was so sick.
Hey,
I went from Buffalo.
Who's that bitch called FICA? Who is that?
Dude, I was paying school tax. I had paid like 86 grand in school, a school tax. I'm like, my kids don't even fucking go to school here. Like, I don't care about, like, they don't need books that bad.
Who's that?
Dude, I was so pissed off. And then I went from there and got traded to Oakland.
Oh, yeah. Hit him with that Oakland one.
Oh, I mean, I literally was in the 3 worst places for state tax. Ohio was really bad at that time. I went from Ohio to Buffalo, and then from Buffalo to Oakland. You want to talk about just watching my money just fly away? Just there it goes. Like, golly, that was brutal.
No wonder you like the Texans so much. I get it.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you a crazy thing, Neal. So I was due $5 million or $5.5 million from Oakland. They asked me to take a pay cut, and I was like, no, I'm not taking a pay cut. Like, I earned this money. This is what I'm owed. So they cut me. I signed to Houston a month or so after that, and the $3 million in Houston was equivalent the same amount as the $5 million in Oakland. Same amount of money. I was like, thank God I got here. And then the next year, I played well. And the next year, they signed me for $4 million, and I was like, thank God you kept me here.
Yeah.
Hey, in the I've never asked you this. I got a random question because I've been meaning to ask you this for like 3 years now. The XFL, UFL, all that stuff based out of Texas. Is the UFL work the same way as the NFL, where you get taxed where you play, or did you just get taxed in Texas?
Just in Texas, and then also where your home state is. So you actually get taxed on both. You get a property tax in Texas that comes out of it, but you also get state tax for wherever your residency is.
You got. I guess it would be Missouri, and that's St. Louis.
Well, no, it'd be Alabama.
Where your home is. I got you.
Yeah. For where we actually live. So, no, the NFL was great, especially being in Houston because you played in Tennessee. So you had 8 home games. You knew you were not getting state tax. You had Tennessee. Then you went down to Florida. I'm like, oh, I need to live here for the rest of play in this division for the rest of my life. Like, I loved it.
Well, that's the thing is like when we did our, you do the finance part when you're doing the NFL stuff, talking to guys, is like you can count whatever you think your check is. You sign for $1 million. But after you pay the taxes and you're paying your agent and you pay, Players Association fees and all the shit that goes into all that, you can pretty much count on your check. You're going to see about 1/3 of whatever the number is.
Just how George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and them, just how they drew it up.
Because
just how they drew it up.
They don't take, the agents don't take 3% off of the net. They take 3% off the gross.
You think when George was going across the Delaware on the boat that night, that Christmas night, freezing his ass off, half the guys were barefoot. Think of how cold they were.
Pretty cold.
You think everybody was like, you know what? It'll be worth it in 250 years when our ancestors pay 70% taxes.
Oh, dude.
If you'd have told them, they'd have been like, screw this. Let's go home. Let's go home. There's a blanket there. I can start a fire. Hadn't seen my girl in a couple of years.
Oh, dude.
I miss my dog. I just want to go home.
A couple things we're gonna get out of here.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes.
Wouldn't you love? I say people always like, if you could have dinner with anybody, it'd be like, all right, I want to sit down with George Washington and go,
about tax
let me
brackets.
tell you what happened, and just watch him. Because I think he would just spontaneously combust. People would go, what? You retroactively changed the world by saying that to George. I think he'd lose it. He'd say, I just wanted to sit at Mount Vernon and observe the river. He just liked hanging out. And he liked to go make things. He liked to ride his horses. He liked his property.
He liked his cherry tree.
He didn't. That's a myth. But he did all the other stuff's true. Crazy. It's crazy. Taxes, man.
All right.
Did you know my theory of how to fix taxes in our country, don't you, AJ?
All
right.
He wants to start his theory, which I agree with, but he wants to start a riot.
This will change everything.
He wants to start a riot.
Once every year, you pick the day. Once a year, though, you've got to go. You get all your money. No taxes come out of your money. And once a year, you can pick February the 9th. You can pick August the 12th, November the 5th, whatever day you want to pick. That's your day, and you got to go to the courthouse, and you've got to physically hand over your tax money. All of a sudden, it doesn't come out of your check. There's no FICA. There's no Social Security. You got to go pay that at the local courthouse. Like, literally pay it. And everybody's going to be like, where's this going? Wait a minute. Where's this going? That will solve so many of our nation's problems right there. And now we'll have a riot. It's gonna, but you know what? Hey, sometimes maybe
sometimes it's needed.
They had the Boston Tea Party. We could call this the whatever town you're in, whatever party. Call it a party. You want to call it a party? Call it a party. I'm just telling you, we would. But on the flip side,
Scoops, no Diddy party.
Whatever you want to call it. On the flip side, people be like, all right, wait a minute. I want accountability. I want accountability for my tax dollars.
No doubt.
Because instead, people are like, I don't. It's just taxes. I don't see the money. I'm like, it's your money. You work for it.
No, brother.
I would have been the jackass that turned it in coins, for sure.
All right, a couple things we're gonna get out here.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get out of here in just a second. So Scoops had a great video. We were talking about the portal and needs to be one window and all that stuff. Scoops not a big TikToker, so I was gonna let him know. There was a lot of because no matter what stance you take on the portal or NIL, there's always gonna be the other side. What about me? What about me? The biggest thing was this had me laughing. The biggest thing was there is a December portal because they need to transfer before classes start. And I was like, whoa. I'm calling timeout.
The whole academic.
I'm calling timeout. Education, it can't be convenient for your argument, okay? Because education doesn't matter to anybody right now, all right? And to the point, I'm waiting on it, all right? So there's this little thing called APR, AJ. You probably didn't ever care about this. I did. I had to.
They still enforcing APR?
Are they? I'd like to know.
I mean, I don't know how could you?
I'm fixing to tell you what it's about to go away. I imagine they're going to change the rules. Okay, how APR works. I'm going to break this down for as simple as it can get. Every scholarship player on your team, okay, every semester, and they count the fall and the spring only. Okay,
yep.
You get 2 points. Okay, it's a math problem. Okay, you get 2 points. You get a retention point and an eligibility point. For example, if I leave the fall semester and I transfer somewhere, was I eligible to play? Yes. But did I leave? Did they retain me? No. So I'm a 1 for 2.
Okay.
If you start getting below 930, you start getting penalties. But here's how they do it. They calculate it on a 4-year average. How long have we been doing immediate eligibility?
It's like 3 years, 4 years.
When you're losing 30 and 40 people in the portal,
yeah.
Okay, I don't know how they're and you can get an extra point for graduating, all this shit. Because look, I know people who do APR for a living, and they manipulate the numbers and like.
Sure.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Like what my man Tom Luke is the best that's ever lived at this thing. Tom Luke at Ole Miss, they should like triple his salary just for dealing with APR. He's a genius when it comes to this, but it's not designed for what it is. It stands for academic progress rate, right? That's the whole point of it. And all these kids transferring, they're 1 for 2s. You got a tough enough time keeping up with it, doing it right. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. But these kids aren't graduating. They're not graduating because you may be eligible when you leave, but you're losing progress towards degree when you get there. So what's happening is kids are going in the portal eligible. This is what's happening. They're going in the portal eligible, but when they go to their new place, all right, they're never going to graduate because they're going to lose hours. Now, they may but they may go from they may only have to be at 60%. They may be at 62% when they get there, but when they start leaving, they're always going backwards. They may be at 81%, but they only need 60 to be eligible. These kids are not graduating. So my point of the drill is this. You can't use education as a move the goalpost convenience thing.
That was the funniest thing I saw over the weekend. Bless his heart. The guy meant well. Marshall didn't have enough players to go play in the bowl game in Shreveport. And so the Independence Bowl, I grew up an hour from the Independence Bowl, and the Independence Bowl's like, screw it, let's just find somebody. And so they started searching for 5 and 7 teams because all the 6 and 6 teams are in. And Louisiana Tech went 5 and 7. Louisiana Tech's in Ruston, which is 64 miles east of Shreveport.
They conveniently had the highest APR.
It's so somebody at Hawaii was like, but Hawaii, I'm like, shut up, dude. Don't you know by now that can you not read the room? This is like, hey, we just need somebody to get in a bus and drive down here
for cheap
and play a football game, and we'll figure it out. Like, and Tech's got 20-something people in the portal. I mean, it's going to be like Louisiana Tech's backups against what's left of Army.
And Army guys are even getting in the portal. That blows my mind. Like, you don't go to Army to go to the portal. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, right?
That blows my mind.
You watch that game, and then you got guys getting in the portal, and you're like,
that's not why you go to Army.
But, dude, why?
Yeah, I just...
Yeah, well, they should just set it up. You can only transfer to the Air Force.
It was the football gods going, leave Army, go to Colorado State.
I mean,
do you hear me?
Go
be a Ram.
It blows my mind. I mean, but education can't be a convenience thing. So, last thing, I would like to, I don't know if you saw this, AJ or Scoops. I got to listen to a little bit of your show today. I don't know if you saw this or not, but I would like to personally kick the line judge in the Saints Commanders game yesterday. I personally like to kick him in the balls if I get a chance. He cost me $280 on a teaser yesterday. I had teased Washington down from 7.5 to 1.5. They were winning 7. They were winning by 7, 27-20. They were winning by 7. And they get New Orleans gets a first down with no timeouts. They stop the clock for 4.5 seconds after a first down. And
is this by the goal line?
Yes. They stopped.
When they threw it to the tight end? When
yes.
Spencer threw it to the tight end?
Yes.
The clock froze at 9 seconds.
It froze, and then they restarted it, and they were able to spike it with 3 seconds to go. Game's over. Yeah. So I'd like to let you know I'd like to kick you in the balls. That's not a clock operator problem, by the way. That's an official doing this problem. He's just doing what the officials told him to do. But I'd personally like to kick him in the balls because he cost me $280 on a teaser yesterday. I had to hit it.
When he checked it down, I was like, "Oh shit! I don't think they'll have enough time to clock this because you." Yeah.
They wouldn't have. They would have been short.
And then he had a chance. Spencer had a chance to win the game. He missed the back line on that. They ran like a wrap concept, and he missed the back line wide ass open.
And that's the thing is like, dude, it's these backup quarterbacks. It's like yesterday, Sam Howell got in for Seattle yesterday, and everybody's like, "Oh, Sam Howell struggled." Well, I mean, Sam Howell's taken one snap all year.
Yeah.
Throw him in week 15 and go beat the Packers. I mean,
I have some good news for him.
Please, I need good news.
You want good news?
I need good news.
I don't know if this is going to save you $285, but it's going to save you some.
Okay.
Because after years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by overpriced wireless providers, Tyler, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I heard that all Mint Mobile wireless plans are $15 a month, when you purchase a 3-month plan, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them, it all made sense. Okay. There isn't one. No catch. No catch. Kind of like Juice Wells. No catch.
Wow. Wow.
That's mean.
That was, you just, I mean, that was just, he's probably a great kid.
He is. He's a nice kid.
Yeah, a nice kid.
Didn't catch the ball.
So mean.
No
Where
catch.
all these, I mean, AJ's taking shots at Jackson Arnold. You're taking shots at Juice Wells. When did I turn out to be the nice guy?
I don't know.
How about that? Did you ever think of us three? I'm going to be the nice guy?
Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they sell wireless service online. They don't have retail stores or salespeople. Instead, they deliver premium phone plans directly to you. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. You bring your own phone number, your own contacts, everything. You ditch the overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile. Get 3 months of premium wireless service for $15 a month. So to get this offer, you're saying, what do I do? All you got to do is go to mintmobile.com/MPW. That's mintmobile.com/MPW. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/MPW. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. And then to celebrate that, go to Parish Brewing Company, wherever you get your beer. It's holiday time. The parties are rolling around. You want Parish Brewing Company. It's located in the heart of Cajun country, right there in Broussard, Louisiana. Their goal is to make awesome craft brewed beer, and they do it incredibly well. Incredibly well. You got Dr. Juice. You got Ghost in the Machine. You got Cane Break. So much more at Parish Brewing Company. Wherever you get your beer, look for Parish Brewing Company.
See, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I don't think Juice Wells had a problem at Ole Miss. I think it was Jackson Dart's fault.
Oh, wow. Now you're throwing Jackson Dart under the bus.
Well, it's Jackson Dart's fault that he couldn't find Juice Wells. You know why? Because he didn't discover Garmin tracking it at PTG Outdoors.
That makes sense.
I was trying to figure out where the hell we were going.
Hey, from cycling to running watches to tax indoor cycling, Garmin brings innovation to your fitness journey. They can find you where you're located. You can track health metrics, explore maps, and enjoy GPS precision.
Hugh Freeze should pass those out to his
cycling,
quarterbacks.
Golf, and outdoor adventures, including football. Dive deeper with swim tracking. Train smarter with dog tracking tools and monitor performance on land and water. Explore Garmin's range, including smartwatches, scales, and advanced off-road instruments. Available now at PTG Outdoors. Also, he didn't run very fast. Do you know why he didn't run very fast, AJ? It wasn't because of a foot. It's because he didn't go by Kia of Meridian and get an unbeatable deal at Kia of Meridian. Discover rates as low as 1.9% on new rides. Whether it's the ever-popular Telluride, the Sorrento, or the Sportage, or K5, they've got something for everyone. Plus, a huge selection of new and used vehicles. And here's the best part, AJ. With any new or used vehicle purchase, do you know what you get to do?
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. Win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, or a TV, and more. Don't wait. Come by Kia of Meridian and call 601-483-6444 and drive away a winner today. Kia of Meridian. Your road, your ride, your deal. Y'all, I got y'all on that. I got y'all.
See, I thought you were gonna compare. Well, the speed one got me just from a mental standpoint because a 4-cylinder is not something I would compare with speed. So
yeah, I'm trying to find Trav in here. Trav said he's got Trav said he goes. I'm trying to find all Trav. He said, tell AJ to look up the K900 as a V8 at Kia. The K900. AJ likes fast cars.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna stick with
You
my.
ever drive fast? Like you're the guy that gets a fast car, but you never drive fast.
I will in my back road. I take the. I got a pretty sweet, really fast McLaren that I bought myself, and these country roads back here, I'll let it open up as long as the state troopers aren't out.
What's the fastest you got going?
Fast.
All right. Hey, last thing, we got to finish this up on last thing. Got a life advice question submitted, Neal.
Oh, okay.
Life advice brought to you by Cole Walters. I know we've already given life advice, but brought to you by Cole Walters State Farm. And I'll let AJ hop in on this one too. All right, here we go. Hello, gentlemen. My wife and I are expecting our second boy to be here in March of 2025.
Congrats on the sex. I mean, on the child.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
He will more than likely be a C-section baby due to our first son being one as well.
Okay.
I will be taking 1 week of vacation once the baby gets here, and then work from home for a second week so I can be home to help with everything while my wife recovers. We are still contemplating trying for a third child. I mean, dude, there ain't nothing wrong with practicing. I can tell you that. For a third child, with the current thoughts being that we will. I am in my late 30s, and my wife is still.
Don't take the practice thing so far that you're like, hey, let's watch the film. Don't do that. It's not necessary.
Hang on. I'm in my late 30s. I will never get through this with y'all. Hang on a second. Y'all both killing me. I'm in my late 30s, and my wife is still in her early 30s.
Okay.
I am in the technology field, and my wife is a former nurse turned stay-at-home mom, in-home bakery owner. With the economy being what it is, we rely a good bit on what my wife brings in on top of my salary.
Okay.
I have already downsized my vehicle, and we have made several other sacrifices to save money. We bought our current house 2.5 years ago, and now are favoring downsizing our home to something smaller with a little land to save on the mortgage. Let my wife cut back on her business and be more self-efficient in general. We put 35% down on our current home, and the value of the house has risen at least 10% since we bought it. With interest rates still being higher than 2.5 years ago, I fear we might lose too much selling right now and buying something else.
This was more fun. We were just congratulating him on the sex.
I know.
I'm reading the fucking autobiography.
I'm reaching out to get your advice on the change of being a father of two, your advice on the change of being a father of three, quote unquote, if we decide to do it, and your advice on downsizing, home buying, another home in the current climate, and not owning our home for very long. I'm sorry for the long email, but I wanted to be sure to give you enough information. Thanks for the great show. He did right. He gave us all the information we needed.
Oh, it was great. Just being an asshole.
I used to be the asshole. Now I'm with two assholes. I'm the nice guy.
I got the answer to this question.
Okay.
The
Birth
money,
control.
The money thing is a temporary thing. The house, all that stuff, that'll all work out. A second child's not costing you anything more than a first child, really. You just going to play some more man-to-man at this point.
Go from zone to man-to-man.
When you go to a third child,
just hold on.
You just kind of, it's fun. I mean, I've said this many times, and Laura will vouch for this. If we had a do-over, because we were going to stop at 2, and then we decided to have Carson. We didn't know it was going to be Carson. We just knew, you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that.
Damn, Neal.
But we would have had 4. We wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah,
we would have had 4. So all that stuff works its way out. Here's the bottom line. All jokes aside, and all that stuff. If you want more children, have more children. The money and all that stuff you'll figure that out. And the kids won't know. Like the kids don't know all that stuff that we think kids know, and they don't know. So, I mean, yeah, if you want a second child, you're having a second child, great, congratulations. And yeah, have a third child. Why not? Have a fourth child. Have kids. Kids make, for a lot of people, not everybody. There's some people that don't want kids, and that's cool. That's fine. It's your prerogative. Awesome. Good for you. For most people, I think when they get old, they would tell you that their kids were the source of the most of their happiness.
I'll be interested to hear AJ's take on this, because we got almost 3 different generations here. So Neal's. I'm stuck in the middle. I'm on side on Scoops here. If I had to do it, not that it didn't matter. I don't know if I'm only a 3-time world champ. You know what I mean? Like that would have taken a fourth conversation. I would have had to have my game at least 4 times. You know what I mean? But I would have as many kids as I could. Now, you know, when I was younger, it was always joke. AJ's probably heard me say this. Always joke is like I've been making the same amount of money since I was the first year offensive coordinator at St. Paul's. When I was the lowest paid. I had no kids and was the lowest paid coordinator in the history of high school football. And then I got a really big raise, but literally the raise hit on July the 1st, and my first child was born on June the 23rd, like a week before my raise hit. And so I was still making the same amount of money as I made then. and then right before your last year, I don't know if I even told you this or not. I turned down a head job to stay and be your OC. You're welcome, by the way. I turned down a head job, but I did get a nice raise out of it. And so then I did get a very nice raise. I was very well taken care of by the people at St. Paul's. Thank you. But then I had the second child. It all went to the second child. And then when we had Knox, it's like, you figure out the money part. You'll just figure it out just to say, now I'm not sitting here and saying, hey, you're working a job that's making $5 an hour. But if you're a salary worker that in his particular situation, it sounds like they'll get it figured out when they got homes and all that stuff. Like have as many kids as you can have, because when they get older, so I have an 18, a 17-year-old, and an 8. I'd have 5 more if my wife would let me sleep in the bed more than 3 times in the last 21 years. Then I would have more kids.
Damn.
3-time world champ though. 3-time world champ. What do you say, AJ? Everybody wants to know your take on this.
Yeah, I would from a housing standpoint, just listen. If anybody needs to look for a house or sell a house, I'm gonna plug my real estate company, McCarron Real Estate, in there.
Plug it. Let's go.
But, yeah.
Where can they find you?
McCarron Real Estate.
Where can they find you?
They gonna
Google your cell number?
No. But I'm sure we have a lot of our agents already on there. But I would hold on to the house for right now. The market we think is gonna turn in the March, April area. It's trending up.
Why would that be? What's happening in between now and then?
Yeah, we're finally getting an actual leader in and not a bunch of dumbasses. So,
hey, are we turning the page on the real estate market? We turn the page on the real estate.
Yeah,
market?
I think it's going to go back up to where, and then from an interest rates are going to go down. So I think the market will be. I would hold on to it right now, and then around that time start looking, but. I don't downsizing in house doesn't make any sense. Like land and being able to find land's just getting scarce. So if you can have a house with land on it, it's great to have. And then kids, listen, that we would have more kids, but Catherine was tired of our first 2 boys popped out looking just like me. And then the third one, she found out that was a boy, and we had 4 boys in the house, and then only her as the only girl. So she was pretty pissed off that we'd never had a girl. So she was like, we're not even going to try to have kids anymore from that standpoint. So,
yeah, me and AJ, both 3-time world champs, all boys. Just didn't get in there deep enough to knock the balls off, I guess.
Wow. Well, listen, I'm no jackrabbit, so I don't know what he's talking about.
That's how it works, but
I had to do it once today.
Wow. Boy, saved it all up for one. Wow. One shining moment right there.
There were 3 of them. There were 3 shining moments. There were 3.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'd have as many kids do.
Both y'all speechless. Both of y'all don't even know. Good luck transitioning on that shit.
So, Dad, I was listening to McCready and Siskey, and Tyler said,
see what had happened was, look, I got both of y'all. Y'all don't know what the hell to say.
Wow. I mean, well,
that's a good way to end the show, boys.
It's been nice having you guys on the show.
We're definitely getting banned from TikTok.
No, I think we're good. They let that shit go. It's the other stuff they don't like.
246 episodes.
No,
we did it.
They'll promote that. They'll push that shit. That'll be out there everywhere. All right. So I just let you know if Cole tries to clip this, it'll be immediate no because my mother will see it. Yeah. T Guns in the chat. Is your mom listening? Hell, I hope not. My dad's probably laughing, but my mom and she's gonna go. What did he say? Nothing. Didn't say nothing.
He didn't say.
Didn't say a damn thing.
It's not what it sounded like.
Not what it's just figure of speech.
Yeah.
Figure of speech.
Somewhere.
All right, boys, that's all I got.
All right, thanks to AJ McCarron as always. AJ, I don't think we'll be doing shows next Monday. So Merry Christmas.
I think he's gonna be with us tomorrow. I think.
Oh, is AJ with us tomorrow?
Either tomorrow. Are we doing any more this week?
I think we're going to do tomorrow. I got to talk to Tyler about.
We got to get our rest of schedule. Christmas schedules.
Thursdays fast becoming an absolute train wreck for me. So
we'll figure something out.
But
tomorrow we will be.
So I'll wait and wish you Merry Christmas tomorrow, not today.
We'll figure it out.
That.
All right.
For AJ McCarron, for Tyler Siskey, I'm Neal McCready. We've been brought to you by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. Don't forget about our friends at Rain. When you're out getting your stuff for Santa Claus, Santa doesn't need milk on Christmas Eve. He needs rain, okay? He needs Rain Total Body Fuel. He's got to get around the whole world in one day. He needs energy. He's not going to do it with a bunch of milk. Give him some rain. He'll appreciate it. I bet he loves rainbow sherbet flavor. Wouldn't you think that's a Santa Claus kind of thing?
It is. It's a definite Santa Claus flavor.
I mean, absolutely. So get him a red dragon. I mean, he's going to be going.
He will be the red dragon.
He's going to be the red dragon. So think about Santa when you're out shopping, and take care of him. For AJ, for Tyler, talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Appreciate you guys for joining us. If you want to hear AJ, you need to come to the YouTube side.